The corporate lie, how two high earners uncovered the truth about wealth. What if the traditional path to success, climbing the corporate ladder, grinding for 40 years, and retiring at 65, was nothing more than an illusion? Julien and Kiersten Saunders once believed in that dream, until they realized their six-figure salaries weren't buying freedom, just golden handcuffs. We were making more money than ever, but we had less control over our time, Kiersten recalls. That's when they asked the radical question, what if there's a better way? The moment everything changed. Their epiphany struck on a sunlit beach in South Africa, far from the fluorescent glow of their office cubicles. Watching locals live richly without chasing promotions, they realized wealth wasn't about income, it was about options. That's when we understood, Julien says, financial freedom isn't a number, it's the ability to wake up and choose how you spend your days. That single revelation propelled them to rewrite their future. Breaking free from the 9-to-5 trap. The Saunders didn't just dream, they engineered an escape. They cracked the code on stealth wealth, prioritizing assets over appearances, and discovered the magic of index funds, side hustles, and the urgency upside axis, a strategy for maximizing returns on side gigs. Their journey wasn't easy, saving their first $100,000 felt like running a marathon. But each milestone unlocked new possibilities. A blueprint for beating the system. What sets their story apart? They didn't ignore systemic hurdles, they outmaneuvered them. For Black Americans, wealth gaps aren't just statistics, they're real barriers. Yet the Saunders proved that with the right tactics, like leveraging tax-advantaged accounts and building income streams, not stuff generational wealth is within reach. The system isn't fair, Julien admits, but you can design your way around it. Redefining success, on your own terms. Their 15-year plan to exit corporate America wasn't about rejecting work, it was about reclaiming choice. Instead of waiting for retirement, they built a life where work was optional. Along the way, they debunked myths, like the idea that wealth requires luxury cars or Instagram-worthy vacations. True wealth, they learned, is invisible, it's time, flexibility, and peace of mind. Your turn to rewrite the rules. The Saunders story isn't just inspiration, it's an invitation. What if you could retire decades early, or work because you want to, not because you have to? The path exists, and it starts with questioning everything you've been taught about money. Ready to begin? Let's turn the page, your future self will thank you. About the authors, the couple who redefined wealth. Julien and Kiersten Saunders aren't your typical finance gurus. They're the real deal, a power couple who turned their own financial struggles into a roadmap for freedom. After paying off a staggering $200,000 in debt, they walked away from their high-powered corporate marketing careers and never looked back. But their story doesn't end there. They channeled their hard-won lessons into Rich and Regular, a groundbreaking platform that demystifies wealth building, particularly for Black Americans, who face unique systemic barriers. Through candid conversations, actionable strategies, and a refreshing take on money, they've become leading voices in the financial independence movement. Their mission? To prove that wealth isn't about flashy cars or corner offices, it's about freedom, choice, and living life on your own terms. And if they can do it, so can you. Key takeaway 1. How this Black couple beat the wealth gap, their 5-step escape plan. Meet Julien and Kiersten Saunders, a self-made wealthy couple ranking in the top 10% of net worth for their age group. But here's what makes their story extraordinary: they didn't get there by playing by the rules. Instead, they hacked the system, proving that generational wealth is possible, even when the odds are rigged against you. The stark reality of the wealth gap. The numbers don't lie. The median white family holds 10x the wealth of the median Black family, a gap that hasn't budged in decades. Over a lifetime, Black Americans lose up to $1 million in earnings compared to white counterparts. That's not a wealth gap, Julien says. That's a wealth chasm. And with each passing year, lost wages mean lost investments, lost home equity, and lost financial freedom. Why the system is designed to keep you behind. This isn't about poor choices, it's about centuries of systemic barriers. Redlining locked Black families out of home ownership and thriving neighborhoods. Discriminatory lending crushed Black entrepreneurship. And even today, Black professionals face lower pay, fewer promotions, and greater job instability. Corporate America wasn't built for us to win, Kiersten explains. So we had to build our own game. Their escape plan: wealth beyond the 9-to-5. The Saunders refused to bet their future on a rigged system. After paying off $200,000 in debt, They built multiple income streams, launching their blog Rich and Regular, landing a book deal, and investing in real estate. A single paycheck will never make you rich, Julien warns. But assets? Assets set you free. The blueprint for beating the odds. Their strategy is simple but radical: don't rely on traditional paths. Instead, create your own opportunities. Whether through side hustles, smart investments, or entrepreneurship, their approach proves that wealth isn't about working harder, it's about working differently. The system won't change for us, Kiersten says. So we change how we play the game. Your turn to build generational wealth. The Saunders story isn't just inspiration, it's a call to action. If they can escape the trap, so can you. Will you keep waiting for a system that wasn't built for you? Or will you rewrite the rules? The choice is yours, but the time to start is now. Key takeaway 2. How this black couple retired early by beating the system, the stealth wealth strategy. They were sitting on the pristine shores of Camps Bay, South Africa, turquoise waves lapping at white sand, golden sun warming their skin. Yet Julien and Kiersten Saunders couldn't tear themselves away from their buzzing phones. We were physically in paradise, Kiersten recalls, but mentally still chained to our desks 7,000 miles away. In that moment, they realized, this wasn't living, this was existing. The FIRE revelation, a radical escape plan. Their search for answers led them to the FIRE movement: financial independence, retire early. The math was simple but revolutionary: save 50 to 70% of income, invest in low-cost index funds, build a nest egg 25x annual expenses. At first, they balked. FIRE seemed like a privileged white guy's game, Julien admits. But facing 30 more years of corporate grind, in a system where just 8% of Fortune 500 executives are black, they decided to hack the system. Why FIRE hits different for Black America? The stakes were higher than just escaping burnout, though 16.4% of Americans experience work-related exhaustion. For Black professionals, financial independence means job security in recessions when Black unemployment spikes first. Freedom from workplace discrimination in promotions and pay. Time reclamation: the average Black professional works 49-plus-hour weeks. Corporate America wasn't designed for our success, Kiersten explains. So we designed our exit. Stealth wealth, the silent power move. They rejected society's flashy definition of Black success: luxury cars, designer labels, Instagram flexing. True wealth, they discovered, looks like a paid-off modest home versus a mansion with a 30-year mortgage. A 12-year-old reliable car versus leasing new status symbols every 3 years. 500 hours/year of reclaimed time with family versus golden handcuffs. The richest people don't look rich, Julien notes. That's how you know the system's broken. The Black Wealth Blueprint. Their strategy combines FIRE principles with cultural realities. 1. Multiple income streams: their blog Rich and Regular now earns more than their corporate jobs did. 2. Index fund investing, consistently beating active stock pickers. 3. Radical frugality: without deprivation, we still take vacations, just smarter ones. 4. Community wealth building, teaching others to break the cycle. Your invitation to freedom. The Saunders journey proves something revolutionary: the system may be rigged, but the back door exists. As Kiersten puts it, we used to dream of retirement at 65. Now we're living our retirement, today. The question is, will you keep playing a game designed for you to lose? Or will you start building your freedom fund today? Key takeaway 3. The 4 stages of wealth: how this couple overcame systemic barriers to build real financial freedom. Julien and Kiersten Saunders made a life-changing discovery: your income has no real purpose until you define it. If you don't decide what your money is for, Kiersten explains, the world will decide for you, through advertising, social expectations, or false measures of success. For Black Americans, this challenge carries extra weight, as cultural pressures often equate spending with success while systemic barriers make wealth building harder. 3 financial mindsets that keep people stuck. Through their journey, the Saunders identified 3 common money personalities that prevent financial progress. 1. The financially insecure, living paycheck to paycheck, an experience shared by 38% of Black households. 2. The fast spender, prioritizing immediate gratification over long-term security. 3. The middle-class illusionist, maintaining appearances of wealth while accumulating debt. We've been all 3 at different times, Julien shares. Real change begins with recognizing which mindset controls your spending. The 4 stages of financial growth. The Saunders developed a clear framework for financial progress. Level 1. Security, covering basic needs without financial stress. Level 2. Flexibility, having savings to handle emergencies and make choices. Level 3. Independence, reaching the point where work becomes optional. Level 4. Freedom, using wealth to create opportunities for future generations. Most people reach level 2 and stall, Kiersten observes. That's exactly what the system is designed to do, keep you comfortable but never truly free. The hidden trap of lifestyle inflation. A critical insight from their journey: more income often leads to more spending, not more wealth. Every raise or bonus comes with pressure to upgrade your lifestyle, Julien notes. That luxury car or bigger house just extends your dependence on a paycheck. The solution lies in conscious spending, increasing savings as income grows rather than expenses. A better way to evaluate spending. The Saunders developed a powerful mental shift: replace "can I afford this?" with "what freedom am I giving up for this?" A $500 monthly car payment could represent years of additional work. A more expensive apartment might delay financial independence by a decade. Money represents time and freedom, Kiersten explains. When you see spending as trading pieces of your life, your priorities change. The path forward. The Saunders experience proves building wealth isn't about restriction, it's about liberation. The choice is clear: continue letting others dictate how you use your money, or start intentionally directing every dollar toward the life you truly want. Your income isn't just currency, it's potential freedom waiting to be unlocked. Key takeaway 4. The 15-year plan to escape corporate America: how this couple did it. Julien and Kiersten Saunders didn't just dream of leaving corporate America, they engineered a 15-year plan to make it happen. Their strategy? A 3-phase approach that transforms debt into wealth, turns skills into income streams, and ultimately builds an exit ramp from the 9-to-5 grind. Phase 1, years 1 to 5, crush debt like a financial firefighter. For Black professionals, this phase is critical. Black college graduates carry an average of $32,000 in student loans, 40% more than their white peers, thanks to systemic pay gaps and predatory lending. The Saunders deployed 2 battle-tested strategies. 1. The avalanche method: attack high-interest debt first, credit cards, private loans, to save thousands in interest. 2. The snowball method: eliminate smaller debts first for quick wins and psychological momentum. Every raise, bonus, or side hustle dollar went straight to debt, Julien recalls. Living frugally isn't about sacrifice, it's about buying your freedom sooner. Phase 2, years 6 to 10, build your wealth superpowers. With debt gone, the focus shifts to income multiplication. This means investing in assets, real estate, index funds, or a side business. Investing in yourself, skills, certifications, and a strong professional network. Closed mouths don't get fed, Kiersten emphasizes. If you don't showcase your value, the system will undervalue you. Phase 3, years 10 to 15, construct your escape hatch. Now, it's about optimizing every dollar for the final leap. Max out tax-advantaged accounts, 401k, HSA, IRA. Build a taxable brokerage account for pre-retirement income. Scale side hustles until they can replace your salary. Think of it like building a bridge while still on solid ground, Julien explains. By the time you're ready to cross, it's strong enough to hold you. The bottom line: freedom is a process, not a miracle. This timeline isn't rigid. Some may need more time, others less. The key is consistent, intentional progress. Financial independence isn't a race, Kiersten says. It's a daily decision to prioritize your future over fleeting comforts. Key takeaway 5. How to make money outside your 9-to-5, the side hustle strategy that beats corporate pay. Julien and Kiersten Saunders challenge a dangerous assumption, that your paycheck defines your earning potential. Corporate jobs trade time for money, Julien explains, but they cap your income with 3% raises that lose to inflation. Worse, the monthly paycheck cycle delivers small, scattered amounts, far harder to invest than the lump sums from smart side hustles. The urgency upside axis: finding your ideal side hustle. The Saunders use a simple framework to match opportunities to your goals. 1. Fast cash, bank bonuses, low effort, quick payouts. Banks will pay you to open accounts, often $200 to $500 per offer. Example, Chase's $300 bonus for keeping $5,000 deposited for 90 days. It's free money, Kiersten says, but track the fine print on minimum balances. 2. Flexible gigs, digital freelancing, trade skills for premium pay. Beyond Uber, platforms like Upwork and Fiverr let you monetize expertise. Freelance writers earn $50 to $200/article. Voice actors make $100 to $500/project. Specialization is key, Julien notes. Generic skills equals generic pay. Expertise equals premium rates. 3. Strategic arbitrage, buy low, sell high. This isn't just eBay flipping. Savvy players profit from discounted gift cards resold at face value. Limited sneakers bought at retail, sold scarce. Estate sale furniture restored for high-end buyers. Success demands market research, Kiersten advises. Know where things are undervalued. 4. Passive income, digital products, build once, earn forever. The Holy Grail, online courses, ebooks, templates. The Saunders started with a blog, then created courses on financial freedom. It takes 3 to 6 months to build, Julien says, but can pay for years. The secret? Solve one specific problem for a defined audience. The freedom mindset, your paycheck is just the start. Your salary is floor, not your ceiling, Kiersten emphasizes. The real wealth comes from scalable income streams that work when you don't. Whether you need quick cash or long-term residuals, the key is taking that first step, then reinvesting profits into assets that grow. Key takeaway 6. How to invest like the wealthy, the index fund strategy that beats Wall Street. Julien and Kiersten Saunders built their wealth on one core principle: earning money is only half the battle, the real magic happens when you invest it wisely. Their journey reveals truths many financial advisors won't tell you, starting with why most mutual funds are a losing bet. The mutual fund trap, paying for underperformance. Mutual funds are like hiring a personal chef, you pay high fees, 1 to 2% annually, for expert stock picking. The problem? Over 80% of actively managed funds fail to beat the market long-term. Those small fees compound into massive losses. $10,000 invested at 7% for 30 years grows to $76,000 with mutual funds versus $102,000 with index funds. That's $26,000 lost to fees alone. The index fund advantage: simplicity wins. Index funds take a different approach, they track the entire market, like the S&P 500, at near zero fees, 0.03 to 0.1%. The Saunders shifted 90% of their portfolio to Vanguard's Total Market Index Fund and 10% to bonds for stability. We stopped gambling on stock picks, Julien says. Instead, we owned the whole market and let compounding work. The first $100,000, the hardest hurdle. Early on, progress felt slow. But by automating investments, 401k and directing every bonus, tax refund, or windfall into index funds, they hit a tipping point. That first $100,000 took discipline, Kiersten recalls. After that, growth accelerated, our money started making money without us lifting a finger. The 3 rules that built their wealth. 1. Slash fees, ditch expensive advisors and actively managed funds. 2. Automate and ignore, set up automatic contributions and avoid emotional trading. 3. Stay the course. Market downturns are inevitable, consistency beats timing. Wall Street wants investing to seem complicated, Kiersten says. But real wealth comes from boring, repeatable habits, not stock-picking genius. In summary, the book Cashing Out makes you to see your roadmap to financial freedom and evaluate where you're at. Julien and Kiersten Saunders' Cashing Out isn't just a personal finance book, it's a rebellion against the corporate grind. The authors, a power couple who escaped the 9-to-5 trap, reveal how they paid off $200,000 in debt, built wealth, and retired early, all while navigating systemic barriers as Black professionals. Their story proves financial freedom isn't about luck, it's about strategy, mindset, and refusing to play by broken rules. The journey begins with a hard truth: traditional employment keeps you poor. Salaries cap your earning potential, paychecks trickle in too slowly to invest meaningfully, and corporate America wasn't designed for Black wealth. But the Saunders expose the loopholes, like using the urgency upside axis to pick side hustles that deliver fast cash, bank bonuses, freelancing, or passive income, digital products, arbitrage. The message? Your paycheck is the floor, not the ceiling. Debt is the first dragon to slay. With black graduates carrying 40% more student loans than white peers, the Saunders deploy avalanche and snowball methods to conquer debt fast. Phase 1 of their 15-year escape plan? Live frugally, but joyfully, redirect every race toward freedom, and stop letting lifestyle inflation hijack your progress. Debt-free, they write, is how you buy back your choices. Next comes the Wealth Accelerator, investing. Most financial advisors peddle expensive mutual funds that bleed returns through fees. The Saunders counterattack? Ultra-low-cost index funds. By parking 90% of their money in Vanguard's total market index and 10% in bonds, they harness the market's growth without Wall Street's rip-offs. Their first $100,000 was grueling, but after that, compounding did the heavy lifting. The real game changer? Stealth wealth. While society equates black success with luxury cars and designer labels, the Saunders built quiet assets, paid off homes, 15-year-old cars, and investments that grow while they sleep. The richest people, Kiersten notes, don't look rich. This phase is about maximizing tax-advantaged accounts, 401ks, HSAs, and scaling side hustles until they replace corporate income entirely. Their 15-year escape blueprint culminates in freedom not just from jobs, but from scarcity mindsets. For Black Americans, this is revolutionary. Generational wealth isn't about luck, but leverage. The Saunders teach how to turn systemic barriers into fuel, using community support, strategic frugality, and relentless focus on what money actually buys: time, security, and legacy. But cashing out isn't just a how-to, it's a wake-up call. The Saunders expose how racism and capitalism collude to keep black wealth suppressed, then hand you the tools to beat the system anyway. From negotiating salaries to exploiting tax loopholes, they prove oppression doesn't have to be your inheritance. The system is rigged, Julien admits, but the back door exists. Your turn to cash out. Here's the truth, fam, you deserve more than 40 years of cubicle life. You deserve vacations without PTO guilt, holidays without budget stress, and a future where money works for you. Start today, not with perfection, but with progress. Open that high-yield savings account. Ditch one subscription and invest the difference. Negotiate your damn salary. The Saunders didn't wait for permission to build wealth, and neither should you. Remember, every dollar saved is a brick in your freedom fortress. Now, what's your first move? Cashing out isn't just a book, it's your invitation to a richer life, literally. The system hopes you'll stay too tired, too busy, or too intimidated to try. Prove it wrong. Mic drop.